What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Huddle. How's it going?
What's going on?
Great on this Tuesday.
What's up?
It's not hump day yet, but it's still the start of the
That's
week.
all right.
It's kind of rainy. It's kind of really rainy here. I don't know
If
about
it's
you
not
guys.
a hump day yet, does it mean Tuesday's a fluff day?
Yeah, I like that. We could go with that.
Plump day?
Yeah, it's a fluff day.
Fluff day.
I mean, you got to make sure you're ready for hump day.
I guess, yeah.
But I know next Wednesday is the schedule release. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. We'll finally know who we're playing in the first game of the year.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if that one comes out a few days before the schedule release. Because if I remember correctly from last year, it was like 3 days or so before the schedule release that they announced who the first
They already knew what the Thursday was going to be. Yeah, I mean, we know it's going to be us because Super Bowl champs always play on Thursday now.
Yeah.
But now, who do I want it to be? Probably you guys again. Let's start out with Green Bay again. Fuck it.
No.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because that means we're playing in the continental United States. And that means it's going to be a hell of a lot different outcome when we don't got Jordan Love slipping all over the fucking field.
But I think they took us off the international game this year. I think
they did.
It's still up in the air whether we're going and facing Pittsburgh and Ireland. I hope we don't, because I fucking hate these international games.
Me too. I can't stand them.
No, okay. Let me rephrase this. I
But
hate
took them to London 3 times though.
Yeah, I hate my team being in the international game.
There you go.
I love it because you got football all fucking day long. But I don't want to see my team have to go out there, take some 8-hour plus flight, have the guys on some field they have no idea how it's going to be.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because the last time they put them on a field that they weren't familiar about was a fucking soccer field.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That field actually wouldn't have been bad if somebody would have checked the field at the time when the game would have been played and realized, holy shit, this field gets slick as fuck around this time at night. Maybe we should tell everybody to wear longer cleats. Nah, fuck that. Let's get some injuries. Let's make this shit exciting.
Wow.
To me, I think they should have did their due diligence and went and seen the field before they agreed to play the game on it.
Well,
I mean, that's
they did look at the field, but they looked at it at about noon, and instead of when the game was going to be kicking off at about 8.
Yeah.
That's a huge fucking difference in the conditions of the field, just because of the humidity and dew that they have.
Right.
Well, we'll see. I hope we don't play no more. You know me from another show that I'm on record. I do not like
NFL Europe.
Yeah, fuck NFL Europe. Right there with your
NFL Europe. I never watched that shit. I didn't get into it. The Barcelona, whatever they called themselves. I didn't care.
Rock, you are not the only one that didn't watch it. There was a lot of people that didn't watch it. That's why it don't exist anymore.
What's up, Brent?
Yeah.
Good morning, bud.
Well, thank you, Brent.
Good, Brent.
I mean,
wherever you are, I don't know. It's afternoon someplace.
the only thing that I felt even gave it a chance to compete with the NFL, and then they got blown up in 3 years, was the USFL back in 84.
Yeah.
83, 84. I felt that they had a decent shot because they had Donald Trump and some good investors into it. I figured, because money has to be involved in it, I figured it had a chance. But then fucking the NFL just fucking shut them out.
Well,
Just
that's
destroyed
because the NFL sits there and takes up every play. Well, most players that can play, they take up most of these coaches that are worth half a damn.
Yep.
So it's the leftover guys that you're working with here.
Yeah. I mean, what makes me laugh is the Dallas Cowboys. They took one of the first, international players was Turbin. He played for the, USFL just a couple of years ago, and these motherfuckers acted like they just signed Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, dude, for real.
Compared to the talent level of the rest of them, they might as well have signed Jerry Rice.
I mean, the guy can run the ball and he can return it really well, but I haven't seen him be much of a pass catcher.
Yeah.
I mean, he maybe gets 2 or 3 a game, and if he gets that, he's lucky.
Well,
I mean, he's fast as fuck, but he's not very reliable.
some guys only got one trick in their bag.
Yeah, I mean, at least you guys have all 4 teams, that are fucking going to compete like a motherfucker. We got Washington and New York and Dallas. Just looks like they just want to exist this year. You know what I mean? And that makes me laugh because they want to talk so much shit, but yet that's going to be the worst team in the East. You mark my words; they're going to be in last.
Wait, Rock, does that mean you don't believe that this year is the Cowboys' year?
Oh, no. I haven't believed it's been their year for fucking at least 20. because they rely on fucking bums for quarterbacks, starting with Tony Romo, and they want to try and act like they're fucking Bart Starr walking out there, and they're not. They're stat makers. That's all they are. But when it comes down to playing the big game, they know they're going to make that one mistake, and if they make that one mistake, they're going to make another one. It happens every fucking time you see Romo or Dak Prescott take the field. Every time they take it, they know they're going to make that mistake. And then when they make that first one, they're going to make the second one. And they do it all the time.
We broke Dallas. I take full responsibility. We broke
I'm going
Dallas.
to tell you, yes, you did. Hey, if anything, I might have to send each one of you motherfuckers a Hallmark card and say thank you.
Oh,
Damn
no.
it.
I mean, I'm for real.
You know,
I'm for real. I might have to send each one of you motherfuckers a Hallmark card and say thank you for breaking that sorry ass fucking team.
Here you go, Eric. This was for you, bud. You see that?
I said split. If you remember,
I'm telling
Brent.
you, I think that 90-yard return's still fucking haunting them.
Oh boy!
When I saw that motherfucker, I knew that it broke their fucking back. When he threw that fucking bitch right to him and he went 90 yards the other way, I was like, this game's going to be over now. There's no way you guys were going to lose that game after that.
What's up, Mr. Nick Green and Gold? Golden. Let me put that in there. Golden.
Good, Nick.
What up?
Something. How you doing, man?
You should put, I'm Mr. Golden's favorite fan.
Yeah, because he's not.
He's just not.
He's just not.
He's not.
Isaac.
That's saying how much he loves Golden.
I came to kill. Man, fuck Nick Green.
Fuck you.
Dissing fucking Golden. What an asshole.
That guy's a bust.
No, he's not.
You're busting to him. Fucking fuck.
He reminds me of the wide receiver version of Dak Prescott.
Oh, God. Well, as long as he doesn't remind you of the wide receiver version of Trey Lance, we'll be okay.
No,
Wasn't that Dak's
good
backup? Yeah, Nick was jacking the fucking Trey Lance, the Dak backup.
Man, I've been getting more and more disappointed by the day by Packers fans. I'm it further seeps in that Packers fans are some of the dumbest fucking people on the fucking planet, I swear. Someone just told me today that Royce Newman should be graded a C. And
What?
I was like, if there was such thing as an F-, I'd go with that.
I'm with Nick on this one. Fucking
So then-
I was about to say, I don't even know who you're talking about.
Rolls Royce Newman?
Rolls Royce Rubin.
Talk about a fucking bust. He should at least be a C for what? And I'll give him a C for fucking cocksucker. That dude's fucking trash. So then, I don't know if you guys seen my post where someone made all the gradings on all the last 7 years of drafts. So Darnell Savage was a D+, and people freaked the fuck out over it. Now, I didn't grade him a D+. I probably would have gave him like a C-, but people were like, he's a B+, and I was like, what? What the fuck did he do that's a B+?
Yeah, I like Savage and all, and I was pulling for us to even keep him, but I wouldn't give him a fucking B+. I'd personally give him a C.
And then Someone was like, Jordan
Give
loves
him
a
a D.
C.
Fuck that.
Jordan loves a C, and I was like, wait, so being a top 10 quarterback your first 2 starting years ever is a C? And he's like, well, see, like, he has those games. I'm like, but if like, you mean those games that every single quarterback in history has, especially in their first 2 starting seasons? So
The only
Peyton Manning
time
was
Savage-
immediately just a bum? Like,
Mhm.
The only time Savage was okay was his rookie year. Ever since then, he sucked
wasn't
ass. Can't even
bad.
tackle.
Yeah, he wasn't bad his last year here either when we put him towards the slot.
Mhm.
That's where he actually started to do good. But yeah, we misused him a lot when he was here.
there
He's a
was
slot.
zero logic behind it, especially the Royce Newman one. I was like, can you explain to me? And then they just didn't respond. And I was like, oh.
Are we going to say, how the fuck are you going to respond to saying that Royce Newman's anything in resemblance of a football player?
And then they got mad that Josh Myers was a C. I'm like, how is he not a C? He's the epitome of a C. Well,
Yep.
he should be close to an A because he started for many years for us, and he's still starting now. And I was like, bro, he was one of our
He's not
worst
even a
offensive
fucking
linemen.
center anymore. The New York Jets literally moved him from a fucking center because they didn't believe in him as a center either.
Maybe they were arguing he was a C, a center.
Yeah.
At that point, sure.
Bro, I don't know, man. I was like, you guys overrate the shitty players that we let go of, and then you underrate the good ones that we have. I don't get that shit, bro.
And how many times have we let go of linemen and fucking just never fucking fall off in that area?
You never
let
hear
go-
from him again.
Yeah, never hear from him again. Fucking as soon as we let go of Lindsley, he fucking retired. I mean, like
The fact
Come
that
on.
Billy Turner succeeded on our offensive line and
Mhm.
Josh Myers couldn't says a lot to me.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, bro. And they were calling Jordan Morgan a bust. And I was like, how is he a fucking bust?
The dude fucking got injured, and before he got injured, he was a damn good guard.
Hey, remember when Lions fans said, "Oh, good luck, Wagner. Wagner's gonna suck for you guys."
And he
They
was
ended up doing
amazing
it
for
really
us.
good.
He was a good right tackle for us for multiple years.
Yeah.
And then when we let go of him, he retired.
That's what happens. You go to the dead zone after us.
What about Balaga? He had like one
We get everything
serviceable
we
year.
can.
Balaga went to the Chargers, had one serviceable year, and then was trash after that and retired.
Well,
Or
Balaga's
actually, I think he
ankles
didn't
were
get a
done.
job.
Balaga's ankles were done. I mean, like, and that's why the Packers just fucking moved on from him because his ankles became chopped liver. This shit.
I know. That's why we were tying his legs to our guard
That's what we're doing.
like a sack race. And then what was
We're
the
talking
other?
about ball sack too.
So I made this post that I thought was pretty
Oh,
funny, and it was like the Green Bay Packers selected a wide receiver in the first round. They selected 0 in Aaron Rodgers' career at Green Bay, and so I said, I'll bet Aaron Rodgers thought this draft was very interesting, and I thought it was funny. Of course. Oh my God! Why do we care what Aaron Rodgers says? Like, dude,
Oh,
shut
yeah.
the fuck
Thank
up.
you, Nick, because
God.
I get the same nonsense with my fucking post. Oh, he's not a Packer right now. The dude who only played here for 15 years. Excuse the fuck if we're going to talk about him.
All right.
I just post more about him when they do
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Rodgers.
You're acting like Devontae Adams wasn't a number 1 wide receiver. That's not what I ever said, you fucking idiot. Read the post. It's just basically highlighting that it's kind of funny that Aaron Rodgers is irritated that he didn't get a first-round pick, and then Jordan Love gets one after 2 years.
I just
Like-
hope we kept Rob Bertana's favorite wide receiver, Bo Jackson Melton.
Oh, yeah.
We're not keeping
Definitely
this
keeping
fucking
Bo
bum.
Jackson Melton.
Bo Jackson Melton.
That guy's a bum. No, he's not. I wouldn't say he's a bum, but he had his chance to step up last year. Where was it? That's all I'm going to say. Where was it?
Well, the whole wide receiver corps had a down year. You know what I mean? Well, I think actually, no. You know what? Other than Jaden Reed, I think Watson had a pretty good year. Other than him getting injured, you know what I mean? Because he put up stats, he stayed in games, he actually played for most of the season. which
I
we
thought
never saw out of him.
I thought Romeo Dobbs looked like a really good, solid number 2 option for
Yep.
this team after he had his bitch fit.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
I just
Other
hope
than
he
the head
keeps his
injury,
brain
other than the
inside
head
his head
injury,
this year.
Oh, yeah.
He's already the poster child for CTE, and it's only his fucking 4th year.
Oh,
hey, Rogers. Watch
if it
Rogers
wasn't
when he
for
gets.
that last concussion, I'd say, he'll probably get healthy in that. But with how bad that fucking last concussion was, I think we're going to be looking at another Sam Shields, but at wide receiver this time.
Right.
Great.
He'll be good when he can actually be on the field and he's not puking in a bucket.
Wonderful.
We need the puke buckets.
I don't think he'll ever be like Devontae Smith or Jordan Addison or fucking, Jordy Nelson when he was our number 2. Like, I don't think he'll be like that. I think he could be a solid James Jones, though, for us.
Yeah, I could see that. That I actually think is a damn good comparison.
Like, I don't think he'll ever be T. Higgins. I don't think he's going to be one of those guys. I do think, though, that if we get our solid, cemented number 1 receiver, that he can be a great complementary piece to that number 1 receiver. Which is basically
James
that,
Jones.
Either that or, would be a real good number 2 to go with Golden would be Watson.
No, I'm ready for Watson to go.
Of course you are. Of course.
I'm willing to give the guy a super cheap deal. Just from last year, him showing that he at least had the potential to take over as the number 1.
If you were here last year, Eric, you wouldn't be saying that towards me like I'm the only guy saying that. Everybody on this panel
I absolutely
if he gets hurt again.
I absolutely did. And right after the year, I was sitting there on the same train too about let's get rid of him. But after sitting back and thinking about it, fuck it, I'll roll the dice one more year. But I'm also the type of guy that would rather keep a player 1 year too long than to get rid of him early.
You didn't see him grow at the start of the season, bro. I mean, he was playing great. He had separation.
No, he's the same height.
Nah, bro. Look,
Watson. This is Watson's best year as a pro.
It was,
That's
bro.
sad.
And he looked like he was breaking out, bro. It looked like he was
Yeah.
coming into his own. They figured out his problem with his thigh.
He definitely broke something.
Little legs. Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, no, he didn't
Penis.
break anything. He tore something.
He tore it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you tear it, it's still broken. It's not
Broke.
broken.
You broke. You can't do your shit. You broke. That's
Bro,
how it is.
I don't think he's ever gonna have a healthy season ever.
Hey, luckily we have keep golden. What?
Golden just solidified that Williams is gonna be a starting wide receiver.
Hey, 3.29. You know what I mean?
It's not even that I don't like Golden in general. I just don't like the pick and the time of the pick.
I mean, I think they were gonna. I think they did this just because the draft was in Green Bay. I think they was gonna go wide receiver.
That's what I said. That's what I said last week to you. I said it was this hyped up thing because it's in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking on. That's why we thought we were gonna. But I didn't think it was gonna be Golden, bro. I honestly, I thought they were gonna move up and go get somebody that was,
I thought they were going to move up, but
I thought they were.
I like Golden.
That's what I was. I mean, I liked the. I didn't care who we picked number 1. I just wanted it to be. I wanted it to be something flashy. I wanted us to just do.
I thought the guy before him made more sense for the makeup of our wide receiver core, bro. Emeka Bakabuga, whatever his name.
Oh, boy.
he was taken before our pick. He was going to get taken before our pick.
But
even if
I
the Bucks didn't
thought
receive him.
that's who if we were gonna move up because we're not gonna be able to get McMillan, bro. Like it's just not gonna happen. But I thought we could have moved up for him.
5 or 6, wasn't he? Wasn't 10 off the board at like 5 or 6?
No, number 8.
I was gonna say he was after.
It was way early. It was
a few
in the
picks
top
after
10.
Genty went 6, and then he went like right after that.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the top 10, and we didn't. I knew we couldn't move up that far.
Even if we could,
praying he would have fell to somewhere in the late teen range because at that point,
even if we could move up to get him, if someone offered us that option, what the price was going to be was going to make Mark Murphy fall, like just pass out in disbelief.
No, you're right. We could afford any. We could afford anything. It's just the Packers don't give away their future.
When I watch the moves that we make, I'm not even joking when I say this. I think everybody around Goody makes these trades and these decisions, and they let Goody kind of make up the draft board instead of make the
Mitch,
trade.
Mitch, I don't even know where you're thinking is. How can you even? He thinks the Lions doing this influenced our decision. You are delusional.
Mitch, bro.
A lot of Lions
this is what
fans,
Lions fans been doing for years now. Oh, you're taking what we're going to
so
take.
delusional.
Nobody cares about what you're going to take.
And my favorite thing too was last year when they did this about that freaking cornerback. Oh well, Tom Grassi said that. No, that's because Tom is the one who wanted him.
Yeah.
Not that he had some inside information that him and Goody are buddy sitting there on a fucking call. No, that's who he wanted.
And those people that don't know who Tom Grassi is, he's a Packers super fan. He has no influence on the team whatsoever to make their decisions.
Although he did get to announce a pick, so there you go. That's the extent of it, right?
Yeah,
there you go. That's about
pick.
all the authority he has is to announce a late round pick.
Social media gets recycled and regurgitated so disgustingly 24/7. Like when the whole Jer would rather be cut than traded thing. It's like, dude, he said that fucking months ago. They're literally right now talking about what they're going to do with his contract. They're not even talking about cutting or trading right now. So when all these Packers fans are freaking out because, so he's going to get cut, motherfucker. Like,
what it all stems from is some reporter came out there and speculated.
Yeah.
Not that the guy actually has real inside information.
But what that Bleacher Reporter guy was doing was he was taking what he said before and using that to fuel his fucking assumption of what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody went, Jared yesterday just said that he wants to be cut. Like, no, you fucks. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. But apparently they're trying to figure out a way that they can reconstruct his contract and keep him. It sounds like that they really don't want to let go of Jared, but it also sounds like they didn't get anything worth the trade for him either.
Right. That's why.
Yeah, it's cut
Motherfuckers came at him. Motherfuckers were offering 6-round picks and shit. I'm sure.
What's up, Billy?
Let's cut Jer and keep Jair.
Yeah.
Who is it that wants Jer gone so bad?
Kyle.
Rick Mott.
Resident loudmouth we don't mention on the show anymore. That loves
See, my thing is, how can you do that when he had 5 solid fucking healthy seasons? 5.
Well, I think the problem is that when you watch Alexander play, he just makes you want to go fucking fuck.
But when he has those healthy games, it's like watching Bakhtiari. It's like, but when he's playing, he's fucking amazing. Like,
yeah.
I think that's where his career is going down to. Like, if he keeps getting injured, he's going to become a Bakhtiari, where we need to get rid of him, or else he's a liability. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And with this, I'm pretty sure this year's the last year of his deal, or maybe next year. But either way, it's so far down at the end of the deal. Why not take the flyer now at this point? Because after that, you can just cut the guy if he gets injured again.
I'm ready to give Jared one last chance.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, where our team is right now, if he has a fully healthy season, we win way more games than we did last year if he's healthy. And in the playoffs, we look a lot nastier if he's healthy. With the development of this team, if we can finally rust the passer, which they're saying the guys that we picked up are supposed to help. What's his name from Texas?
Sorrell.
Yeah. They say that he's pretty fucking nasty.
Yeah, he's dope. And Oliver, I mean,
And we
at
got
first I was
Oliver,
like, he can't really tackle. But, dude, this guy has a really good run stopper, and he's quick to the ball. So, you know.
I agree with you, Jay Smooth. 100%.
This is what's going to happen. Rock, you're going to trade us back Cooper DeJean. That's what's going on.
Yeah, okay. Keep holding your breath for that one.
Hey, no, we'll give you Sean Clifford for him. We're not going to.
There's at least one guy on your team we want, Rock, that we're willing to trade for. I'll tell you right now.
You know what I think Green Bay is the absolute just worst at? Because there's a lot of teams that in like the lottery picks, right? The first 10, they really fuck up by doing these trades or not picking the guy that they should have. We're the best at having the 28th, 27th pick and not picking the right guy, and a guy goes in the second round and balls the fuck out. We were the best at
I
that.
mean, I'm getting ready to say we didn't make the trade with you guys anyway to get Cooper. We made it with Washington.
Right, I know, but you picked after us for him, and we fucked up on that. Just like
all of us wanted him.
Yeah, we traded.
Everybody here wanted him.
Yeah,
It-
when we
it
went to
felt
go
like
pick, we
39,
traded away the
didn't
pick.
it felt
And
like
then-
TJ Watt again.
Yeah. He was
Yeah, you
available
got
for our
38 or
second
39,
pick.
if I remember right. Yeah.
He was available twice to us, and we
It,
passed on him
it
both
felt like
times.
TJ
Passed on
Watt
him.
all over again, bro.
Yeah.
TJ Watt, wasn't he at the beginning of the second round?
No,
Yeah,
he was at the end of the first round.
I thought he was like the second pick of the second round.
I'm
I think
pretty
they
sure.
split, Brent.
No, he was.
No,
at
he's
the
the
end
first
of the
round.
first.
Was
He
it
was
first?
at the end of the
Well,
first
I know
round.
that
And we
we didn't
took
pick
Kane.
him.
Yeah, we took Kane in the beginning of the second.
What's up,
Yeah,
John Dorn? Good morning, sir.
No,
What's up,
we
Doran?
took King in the first round, and we took Jackson in the second
What's
round.
good?
No, we did not
took
take
King in the second
first.
round.
Who did we take in the first round that year? Was that Jordan Love year?
No, we traded out
No,
of it.
we traded out of it and we traded down.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
of course we
Nope.
fucking did.
What's up, A-Dub?
What's good,
That's why
fellas?
every. Oh, go ahead. Aiden.
Hey, Dub.
Hey, Dub.
I'm just saying, what's up, gentlemen?
Fucking Josh Jackson, dude. I hope he gets hit by a fucking bus.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
why every time Dorn said we were trading
Remember-
back, I was losing my fucking mind.
Yeah,
Remember
he
that
kept
was
saying
Wilkins'
Trade
favorite
back way too many
CB?
times.
Okay, he was 30th overall. I remember
30th overall.
he
There
went
you go.
further back than we actually thought he would at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that guy's a fucking beast, but apparently
Hey,
not.
remember that was Wilkins' favorite CB, Josh
He
Jackson?
probably doesn't make it through this. I mean,
Bro, Tyler Wilkins tried to justify Josh Jackson for like 3 fucking years, bro. And we were
My
like, dude, we're done
God.
watching his ass.
Dude's trash.
He's
Yeah.
like, no, he's not. He just hasn't been
And-
given a chance. Like, bro,
Oh,
you're fucking
oh,
crazy.
Dude, I fucking
And-
fully believed in the guy when we first drafted him. And after that first year, it was get this motherfucker off the team.
It was like Beagle, Vince Beagle, remember?
Oh,
Fucking-
God.
so trash.
You mean the Wisconsin pass
don't
rusher
ever
we
bring up
drafted?
Yeah.
Gotta
He
walk?
came from the Badgers.
Don't
He's
ever
gonna be
bring
good.
up that.
Yeah.
Don't bring up that name ever again.
what are you saying, A-Dub? What are you saying, A-Dub?
And I'm just wondering, who else do we have in that draft class that was a bust? Because as I recall, Josh Jackson, that was Jair's draft class, right?
No,
Who else?
wasn't that the one
Yep.
we took?
Yep, it was. It was Jair Alexander's draft class, Josh
Yeah, that was.
Jackson.
Okay, then who was the one that we got with Demarius Randall?
Oh, that's a draft. That's a 2000.
You're thinking of Quentin
or 15
Rollins.
draft.
Yeah,
Quentin Rollins.
Yeah. That was Demarius.
fucking
Yeah, they got
bum.
Randall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh, I
I'm
got
looking
one
at
for you.
and
I got one for you,
And
Aiden.
And we got Gunther.
I got a name for you.
Oh, your
Deb. That was
favorite
a
CB.
flat out bust. What about in the third round? We took Orrin Burks that year. Fucking
Oh.
trash pick.
No. Or the worst part is Orrin Burks wasn't a fucking bust. He was just a bust for us. He went over to
He
San
played pretty good for the
Francisco
Niners.
Yeah.
and played.
yeah, the only thing we got from Owen Burks was a special teams piece, and he's still
Yeah.
playing, and he's still around in the league right now.
He actually was kind of doing a little bit good for the Packers and then torn his pec. And I was like, oh, great.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! And then we
And-
drafted
and-
Damon Moore.
Right?
Right.
That one didn't even last a year, and don't
Didn't
forget, and we actually got 2 other receivers in that same class, along with Javon Moore. Don't forget about EQ St. Brown and MVS.
Oh,
Oh.
My
we got the wrong St. Brown. Yeah. we got
The worst
Hey.
part is I fully fucking believed in EQ. I thought this motherfucker was going to be fucking great for us.
Yeah.
Oh, I got another bust for you. The year after, Jace Sternberger.
And Nick's
Him?
favorite tight end?
Yeah.
You're
Hey,
talking about
hey,
this.
to
the
give
same-
him credit
the same-
though, Jace was killing college. His numbers were looking big before he came out. You mean? And that's why a lot of teams were going to reach on him. Like if we didn't pick him, Jason's going to fall to probably the next team.
Nick didn't like that pick either, did he?
Oh God! And then now I'm looking at Kamal Martin and guys like that.
Oh man.
The
Fucking
fact
Hey.
that
Fucking Derek Sherrod.
Oh
Jeez. The
man.
fact
The
that we
whole
got,
reason
the fact
I
that we got
hate
Darnell
taking offensive
Savage.
linemen in the first.
See, this is what I was
Hey,
talking about
never
earlier.
fear.
The fact that we took Darnell Savage in the first round hurts even more. It's just not a great pick at all. It's just not.
Never fear. Marshawn Lloyd is here.
Oh yeah, that's
Well,
gonna
Marshawn
be
Lloyd,
Rob's
season
new
ticket.
favorite
Say it
thing.
with me.
when it comes to Darnell Savage, I say it's a tweener at the least, because while he wasn't that great, he wasn't that bad on our defense either. Like he had his moments
And
when
that's
we
fine
played
as long as he's
him.
not a first round pick. That's a waste.
No. Let's see, man. It's too early to tell. You can't
What
tell.
about in the second round we took AJ Dillon, and then the third round Josiah DeGuara? Like, we just love doing shit like that.
Oh, that
DeGuara was so
fucking
trash.
DeGuara pick was so fucking bad.
Yeah, and now Josiah DeGuara is a death piece for the Cardinals now.
For the Ottawa Cardinals?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking Arizona.
I know.
Yeah, like
Checking on my
Arizona
son.
has him, and of course Darnell Savage. He's still with the Jags right now.
Yeah, and he's not that great for them, to be honest.
Right.
The thing is he's having about the same career he's had in Green Bay over there. He's not great, but he's not absolutely terrible.
He's just average, just enough. Yeah.
Just enough.
So 2021 might have been the worst draft class I've ever seen for Green Bay in fucking team history.
It's happened,
Hey,
bro.
this year-
It's happened.
And how funny is it that the only draft pick we got out of that class that is still with us right now is Isaiah McDuffie?
That is absolutely fucking terrible, and it makes me want to puke.
Because we don't have Slayton anymore.
That's how
We
you
got
really
Slayton
feel,
in that
bro.
draft.
hey, I hate that we signed McDuffie over fucking Wilson.
Yeah,
I actually would have liked to keep TJ Slayton, to be honest, but we didn't.
Me too. He was a
Hey, this
hell of
is-
a run defender for us.
This is the
But
year
now-
we make the
but
Super
now-
Bowl.
But now when it comes to and I'm saying now when it comes to TJ Slayton, we're gonna have to play him. We're gonna have to play against him this year when we play the Bengals.
Yeah.
God, that was the year that we got Shamar Jean Charles.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, he was a super sub.
Holy
Dude,
cow, look at
come
Jay
in.
Smooth. Look at Jay Smooth. He's he does.
And you're talking about Savage. The brightest moment we can remember best for Savage is the pick six against Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I just
think
remember
Savage-
screaming, "Yeah, that sucks."
I think Savage's best play when he laid the wood on Adam Thielen.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Listen, hold on. Listen
it,
how
bro.
horrible
That was it.
All right, so we went Eric Stokes in the first, and then
My buddy calls him
Josh
JJ
Myers.
Stokes.
Josh Myers in the second.
Amari Rogers in the third,
Oh, Mario Rogers. How about
Amari.
him?
He's
and then to put the cherry on top, we got Royce Newman in the fourth, and all in that same draft.
That was fucking terrible.
God.
Trash,
the worst
trash,
draft
trash.
ever.
Yep.
Then we got TJ Slayton, which
Yeah,
I
but
thought
we
was
didn't know that
still
at
a
the
good
time.
pick.
You didn't know that at the time.
And then
You know.
Shamar Jean Charles,
Oh yeah.
and then Van Laken.
Van Laken.
Yeah. You don't remember that guy?
He's Van Slacken.
I mean, you
Bad
guys,
motherfucker.
your 21 draft sounds as bad as my 2020 draft. The only thing I got out of the 2020 draft was Jalen Hurts that was any good.
Okay, the only thing we got out of
And
our
that's still debatable, Rock. Fuck.
So we went back to back with it. 20 sucked, 21 sucked.
I meant Van Lanen. And our best draft pick was Isaiah McDuffie, because the pick after that was Kyron Hill.
Oh boy.
You know what?
Jalen
Before he got
Hurts.
injured, he was actually
Hill
doing
right
pretty
away.
good on returns. And,
Hill could have been decent. He just tore his ACL the second he touched the field.
and then when he came
Right.
back, he started to fucking be a me guy and fucking be an asshole.
Rogers to Rogers.
Yeah, what?
Rogers to Rogers.
Yeah, but you know what?
Rodgers.
We didn't get to see Rodgers to the other Rodgers ever. So
He-
Right?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Richard Rodgers. I didn't think he was a great tight end for us.
Hey,
The
he
only-
made the greatest catch in NFL history.
Yeah, he got a lot.
That's the only thing I like about him.
He never did nothing for me either.
Well,
'cause
he
that's
just
what
backed
you guys are
into
getting
the crowd
on.
and jumped up and took it from everybody. That was the great catch. He just backed in there and
Richard
said,
Rodgers
"Oh,
was
it's
better than Amari Rodgers.
Yeah,
He had hands.
I was gonna say that fucking bar so low an ant could have crawled over it.
Oh.
He had hands.
Fuck.
I mean,
And
well,
just remember all the hype that came with Amari fucking Rodgers. Oh, Randall
my
Cobb's
God.
been mentoring him since he was in high school. He looks just like Randall Cobb. He's gonna be Randall Cobb. Shot him all over again. And what the fuck is that on the field?
So I'm gonna say that our best recent draft
Thanks.
pick, and I'm not gonna say Jordan Love because he was a first rounder, so he should have been good. Is Tucker Kraft in the third? That is one of the best draft picks we've had in a long time.
Absolutely.
Crafty.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could say Tucker Kraft easily broke the third round curse for Green Bay. Because before that pick, we didn't have any luck with third round picks.
Yeah, he came out. Oh man, I'm so glad we got that guy. Like I remember at the time, I was like, didn't we just get Musgrave? Why are we doing this? Like, I guess we're gonna go 2 tight end set, whatever. I did not think that Tucker Kraft.
He drafts multiple guys at
But
positions.
I didn't think Tucker Kraft would take over as a top option at a tight end position like that.
No,
Kraft mac and cheese.
I expected Musgrave
I-
to fucking
Me
blow
too.
everybody out of the water.
Me too.
It's just
People were like,
I'm not even impressed about his catching, about his blocking. His blocking is fucking he just blocks the shit out of people.
so this got graded as a C- for Musgrave.
Well-
People were like, how's he a C-? He lacerated his kidney, but it's like, bro, we haven't really seen much of him, and now he doesn't even start over Kraft. So I think C- right now is actually decent.
I personally give him a C just because of how he looked his first year there, and
He was a clod. He kept tripping
potential.
over his own feet. He could have had like 4 or 5 touchdowns. He tripped before he fell in the end zone,
Well,
bro.
I was gonna say that's why everyone calls him giraffe legs.
I'll give him a C, as in see the future stats.
I'm glad that Mitch said this because I've seen how he evaluates quarterbacks, and thank God he said this because he's always wrong.
No,
Yeah.
one thing we're gonna get. Oh, go ahead, Ado.
And I look at that comment like clearly we can't trust Lion fans to evaluate quarterbacks right either. Like when was the last time we seen them draft a noteworthy quarterback that's been worth anything?
Matthew Stafford, I guess, but he didn't win nothing, but he was worth the pick for them, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, clearly he's a Super Bowl winner, just not with the Lions. That's all. I mean,
One thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
One
the
thing I've been
question
watching,
after that, though, is, but his real question after that is, who was their quarterback before Stafford?
Dan Orlovsky.
Well, I was going to say Dan Orlovsky, but wasn't it someone else between them?
It was what's his name?
Joey Harrington.
There you go.
Joey
Eric
Harrington.
Kramer, I think, was there
Another
for a
bust
year
out
or
of
two.
Oregon. Another bust out of Oregon.
I mean,
Come
they
on.
got nothing, bro. They
Detroit
suck.
can't pick a quarterback to save their life, man. They got lucky with the Stafford pick.
No, I was gonna say they can pick a quarterback, but that's pretty much just to save their life. Now Chicago couldn't pick a quarterback to save their life. The dog, the neighbor's cat.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they can pick quarterbacks. They just can't coach them. That's all. They just can't. They can't develop them.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say this. You can almost say the same thing about Minnesota. They wouldn't have a good quarterback unless they had to find one in free agency.
I think the last quarterback they drafted, other than J.J. McCarthy, and expected him to be a true starter was Teddy Bridgewater, wasn't it?
Yeah, and to be fair, he actually did look pretty decent before his
He
fucking.
did. And then he mangled his leg.
Yep.
Did they draft Culpepper?
Yep.
Didn't?
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say Culpepper was pretty good for them.
Yeah. But
until his major injury.
Right.
It's almost like there's a theme going on in Minnesota. I
Right.
really fucking hate to be JJ.
Yeah, well, he already got hurt before he even.
Yeah, he's already got hurt. Yeah. Yeah.
He got hurt in practice in camp.
We're gonna select Jesus Christ next.
I can't. I mean,
because we need a miracle.
You know what's sad is the greatest quarterback that the Vikings have ever drafted was Fran Tarkenton. Wait, yeah, it's Fran Tarkenton.
Yeah.
Well, what about what's his name? Had a good arm. Played with Randy Moss for a bit.
Randall Cunningham? Or no. That was
no,
for the
no.
Eagles. Actually Randall Cunningham did play for the Vikings.
Yeah,
at
he
one
did
point,
play
didn't
for the
he?
Vikings though.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm
what's his
thinking
name?
of the other guy.
Are you thinking
yeah.
of Culpepper?
Culpepper. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mentioned. Culpepper.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of someone else. Maybe it is Culpepper. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
who
it's
also
Culpepper.
played for the Eagles, didn't he?
No.
No, he didn't. It
he
was
played
only
for Miami after, I think.
Oh, okay. It was only Randall Cunningham that did that then for the Vikings.
It was
Yeah.
Culpepper. That's why I brought him up. I mean,
And
I liked
yeah,
Culpepper.
but hey, well, I was gonna ask this: Rock, did the Vikings ever give you guys a thank you for Randall Cunningham at the time back then?
No, they never have, you know what I mean? But they never gave us a thank you for Chris Carter either, the fucking bastards.
It's funny because the Vikings got rid of Sam Bradford to get Sam Bradford Jr. and Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins.
Well, we stole that
come on.
motherfucker, you know.
You got to admit, Kirk Cousins is better than Sam Bradford.
Well, I mean, we pretty much told Minnesota you can have him for a first round pick, and they said, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
I was
You know what
thinking
I mean?
of I was thinking of Donovan McNabb for a second, but he played for the Commanders, not the fucking Vikings.
When we traded him away for a second round pick, and I remember that day like yesterday, I was celebrating.
Well, he was terrible at that point.
Oh, right, man. He's finally out of my fucking city. Yeah. I've been playing for this day for fucking 10 years, and it's finally come. I'm reminiscing. Oh, I hated McNabb. I couldn't stand that motherfucker. He couldn't throw a pass above your ankles, man, to save his life half the time. He just couldn't.
Him and T.O. had the
leave
ultimate
the Syracuse quarterbacks alone, damn it.
Hey, we just picked another Syracuse quarterback, so shut the fuck up, man. I hope he ain't bad, all right? Calm the cool.
Him and T.O. had the ultimate spat.
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
I tell you what. I'm thinking Donovan McNabb may not have been so hated that much by Philly if he would have actually won a Super Bowl for him. He had a chance when T.O. was his receiver back then.
Yeah. Well, the problem was he was partying all fucking night and ended up puking in the fucking huddle and had a hangover during the fucking game. How the fuck do you have a hangover during the fucking game, you jackass?
He was like Kenny Stabler.
It's the biggest game of the year?
He was like Kenny Stabler. He just couldn't win the big game.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenny Stabler could hold his liquor. That motherfucker could be drunk and still throw fucking 3 touchdowns.
He was drunk when he was playing. They confirmed
that motherfucker don't give a fuck.
They said
there's no way you got a handlebar mustache and not get drunk.
They said that before they took the field, he would be pounding beers and shit, and then he'd go out and play quarterback.
Stabler even said, "How much sleep do I need?" You know what I mean? He even said that shit.
Who was the offensive lineman on the Raiders? Him and his offensive lineman would be out in the bar till 6 a.m. and the game was at 10. Like,
yeah,
they party.
You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck.
But Donovan McNabb, he's the one that saved his money the best. Like, he drives the same fucking van he bought from like 15 years ago. His house is like fucking the basic house. That guy saved a bunch of his money. Not like these other NFL idiots like at Gucci, their fountain. You know what I mean? Like, fucking spent $150,000 on a fountain. You know what I mean?
I mean, you may not like this guy, but I'm gonna tell you, Keyshawn Johnson was like that too. He saved up a lot.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Are you saying that it's a bad idea to put a Taco Bell in your house?
Yeah. A cantina.
It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
Yeah. Hey, but if fucking I had that money, I'll put a cheese curds machine in my house. Make that bitch all day. Become like Eddie Lacy.
Bobby Lane most touchdowns while drunk.
Dude, that's another career that was wasted in Green Bay, man. Eddie Lacy could have been something special. That guy was a fucking bulldog.
Yeah, and the worst part is the whole reason why he let his weight balloon out of control is because they used to micromanage him at Alabama. When he came to Green Bay, it was completely hands off.
Yeah. Dude, I was watching Eddie Lacy highlights the other day. He was just fucking bulldogging people. You know what I mean? Like, you try to fucking take the ball from him, he's fucking
his
running
first
right
2
into you and keep on
years,
going.
his first 2 years in the fucking league, he was outstanding.
When he got those 1,000 yards, fucking, he just was running through people. It was like,
He's
dude.
got a nail salon. He's got a nail salon in his house.
He was also a much better pass catcher in the short field than people gave him credit for.
Mm-hmm.
I give A.J. Dillon credit for that. His fucking rookie year.
Yeah.
In Boston College, he wasn't catching shit. Fucking, he comes on Green Bay,
Well,
all of a sudden he's catching everything. I was like, wow.
okay. Well, gentlemen, as we're reminiscing on the players that we had that came and went, I'll ask you this. As of right now, which draft class do you think was the best one for Green Bay?
The one where we didn't get Matthew Golden.
Oh boy.
No,
This was the best.
it was this one because we got Matthew Golden.
We got Golden, baby. Keep golden.
I'm not.
Hey,
I'm
look
just not
at
a
your
fan
name,
of-
Dick. You already.
I don't like
voted.
You're already into
automatic
it. Nick
bust.
You're already
Green and
into
Golden.
it. Man.
Well, I could see him doing Golden's mustard commercials and shit.
That's right, bro.
And if we had Cooper DeJean, they both could have done Dijon mustard commercials, bro.
You know?
Oh boy.
You guys won't screw that shit up.
Well, how about you, Rock? Which draft class for the Eagles do you think was the best one for you to see?
That's right. He's gonna give you guys a good
I really like the draft class of Carter. You know, Jalen Carter last year, not this year, last year's draft class and the year before. Those two really stand out because you take out you take out the two best corners in last year's draft, and you take out the best defensive tackle in the year before. I mean, Howie did a masterful job, I would say, in the last two drafts besides this one, making that team.
My favorite draft class from Green Bay is when we select Donald Driver with the
Well,
7th round pick, baby.
My worst draft class is 21. The only good player we got out of it was Hurts. Everybody else ain't even on the fucking team anymore.
Damn.
I got one.
Green Bay can relate to that.
You know how rare it is? You know how rare it is to get two Hall of Fame worthy type talents in the same draft class? It's rare. 2005, we drafted Aaron Rodgers in the first round and then Nick Collins in the second round.
You know what's funny, Mitch? Your trophy room. That's what's funny.
Don't you have to have a trophy for it to be a trophy room? It's just a room at that point.
Yeah. No, they have these 4 like dusty old antique relics that they call championships. That's all they got. You know what I mean? That, you know, if you get a metal detector on the beach, you'll fucking find them on accident. That's all you'll find.
If I have to call out a draft class I enjoyed the most, I'll always cherish the one where we got two solid defensive players in the first round with B.J. Raji and Clay Matthews.
B.J. Raji, baby.
I remember that
draft class.
How you not like B.J. Raji, dude?
Yeah,
He's the man, dude.
Especially him doing the fucking Pat White dance after he got the interception in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, they interception fucking dude belly roll. Oh, yeah. Raji. Are you peeping Tom? But you got to beat your dick with
Jordy Nelson. We had Jordy Nelson, Jermichael Finley, and Josh Spitz. That's a good one. And we didn't even have a first round pick that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I read it like Mitch too. Did y'all got a trophy room?
Dude,
down yonder?
I won't say this until I'm blue in the face. If you'd have told me a week or two before the draft that I would get Jahad Campbell, you're fucking nuts. I'd tell you all your projects.
I couldn't believe you guys passed on Jefferson, man.
I can't believe you fell to it. I really can't.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I think that linebacker of the Eagles, y'all got might end up being a first round steal for y'all.
I'm telling you, he was supposed to be a top 20 pick. Every draft class, every draft, pre-draft I saw, he was going by 20. He was going by 20. So I didn't even come on here to talk about him in here because what's the sense of trying to talk about a player you had no chance to get? That was my attitude towards him.
You guys want to hear?
There's no chance I'm getting this fucking guy, so why talk about it? But the
You
more
wanna
and more you guys kept, denying my pickup or coming up, and nobody was taking him, I'm thinking, well, what the fuck? We might have a shot at this fucking guy.
I heard the
And
Eagles
then-
renamed their team Georgia Eagles.
well,
They love them
we're
Georgia
getting ready to be-
prospects.
Well, it's Georgia, Alabama / Eagles.
Yeah. Hey, not a
Because
bad.
hey, Isaac, I agree, man. Between Alabama and Georgia players, we got 16.
Hey, but it's the smartest thing. Fucking, they create linemen like no other. They got
That's
these
funny because
500-pound
Mitch sounds like he's
corn-fed
from Alabama. He
motherfuckers.
probably
You know what I
resonates
mean?
with that. Mitch is like, did you try
hey, if it's
Alabama?
working, why break it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
right.
working.
Yeah.
Why not?
These folks
the
already
boys.
know each other. They've already played 4 years with each other, most of them. So they're already familiar. It'd be like, us going away for 2 years and then we all get back together. Oh, you think it'll work for them? Yeah, I think so. We've been playing together. You know what I mean? We've been podcasting together. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. Imagine standing next to Jalen Carter and fucking Jordan Davis. Just two monsters.
Dude, it's going to be unreal. It's going to be unreal. And then we just got that big horse out of Nebraska.
Yeah.
And fucking Ty Robinson. He's going to be another horse.
Man.
Well,
Look out for that motherfucker. He's
Howie
6'5",
Roseman.
300.
Howie Roseman,
Speaking of
best in the
Georgia.
business.
yeah.
That's such a
Speaking of Georgia players, I thought Green Bay might have been trying to compete with Philly in that regards because even we rounded up Georgia players.
Georgia players.
Got
We
Ryan
fucking
Walker.
suck.
Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah,
I'm about to say,
Devontae Wyatt. We got Devontae Wyatt, Quay Walker on the defense. We also got one of their safeties in Javon Bullard,
Yup.
and of course we got two. And we got two more. And of course we got two more Georgia players. One in the draft and one as an undrafted free agent.
I prefer the Texas A&M defensive players. Last year I wanted Will Anderson. We didn't do that either, and we fucked up on that one.
Will Anderson.
Nick, why don't you become our GM?
Will.
I was just looking though. You want to hear a waste of a motherfucking draft pick? We drafted Aaron Rodgers in 2005. In 2008, we drafted Brian Brom in the second round.
Oh, man.
I remember that fucking pick. I couldn't fucking believe it went. And I'm pretty sure he was the first player we took that year, too.
Yeah, we didn't have a first rounder that year, so we got him in the second, and then we drafted Matt Flynn after that.
Hey, Flynn's magical.
Flynn was way better than Brian Brom by
Hell
a
yeah,
long
it was.
shot.
Oh, yeah, Brom
We
was
still got
awesome.
Flynn's number. I couldn't believe that, though. Like, the first thing they talked about when we put in Flynn is he threw those 6 touchdowns. If fucking Rodgers hasn't even done that on the team and shit. That was
think
against
he did
the
it-
Pats.
Didn't he do it the next year though in one half?
Yeah.
Wasn't it
Yeah.
the very next year?
Yup.
Very next year, he did it in like week 3, I think.
Yep.
He was like, "Wait a minute, dude. This fucking backup can't come in and fucking do something I couldn't do on the team." Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Raiders paid him.
Yeah.
And then the Seahawks took a chance on him. He fucking he just wasn't that good.
Flynn.
I mean, maybe it's me, but as a GM, if I was a GM, I wouldn't even try to draft a quarterback in the draft if I already got me a solidified starter. Because there's so many backups out there already.
But that's what we're talking about. Why, when you have Aaron Rodgers, you took Brian Brom in the second round? What fucking
Yeah, I
sense
think that's
does
what
that
I'm
make?
saying. There's no reason for that. Why?
I think the backup
I mean-
quarterback market though went up because remember, like a year or 2 ago, like half the league's fucking starting quarterbacks went down with the injury, and and everybody had to be replaced. Like, and so the backup quarterback market basically raised from there.
I think we're the reason why everybody got backup quarterback crazy because of Nick Foles.
Oh,
Or what
big
about
Foles.
what about with Kevin Kolb and fucking Mike Vick?
Well, they didn't take them all the way to the Super Bowl.
No, I know, but you guys thought you had a solidified starter, and then you put Mike Vick back there, took a chance, and he ended up being the starter for the next
He
couple of
ended up
years.
being he ended up being better than we thought he would be. I mean, because the Eagles just basically took a chance on him. Really, is all they did with Vick.
Kevin
they
Foles,
took-
he
how
didn't do
pissed off
anything
is
after he got hurt.
How pissed off Carson Wentz got to be, dude. You know what I mean? He was like probably going to get MVP with the season that he had. He had the injury. Foles takes over and wins the Super Bowl. It's like, fuck.
Mhm.
It took his whole legacy right there.
Well, what did you hear what they asked Wentz at the Super Bowl? They said if there's one place or one moment in your career where you'd like to change it, he goes, where would that be? He goes, well, I have to admit, I would have liked to have been Nick Foles and took the Eagles to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh,
And beat
Yes,
Brady.
he did. You know, so at least the man had the balls to admit it right there in front of everybody at the Super Bowl that he wishes that he had took the Eagles to the Super Bowl instead of Foles, and that's why him and Darren Sproles. You remember little Sproles? That's
Yep.
why they had words. They went off in the back because Carson. In case you guys don't know this, me being Eagle, I know this. He told Sproles, he said, "I kind of wish the Eagles would lose because I'm not the one starting."
Damn. Yeah,
And
that's when you know he had to cut ties with his ass.
Kind of like how Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins are like the same fucking person,
What's up,
damn
Nick?
near. Derek Carr and Carson Wentz are like the exact same people. They're the same guy. They both had an MVP season, got hurt, lost every part of what made them great after they got hurt, and now they're not even on their teams anymore.
Yeah. Carson
the
ain't
way
even
in
part
the
of the team
NBA,
anymore
I mean,
after last
NFL.
year.
Yeah, I think Carson's a free agent, ain't he?
Yes.
Yeah, Carson
just-
now is like Carson's like a fucking guy you hire now. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, he doesn't even have a team. He's
Anybody
just
want
fucking
to answer that
mercenary.
question from
Well,
Nick?
yeah, it's because we moved Jenkins to the center spot and we lost Josh Myers, so we needed to get some sort of depth piece back there to replace it.
Thank God Myers is gone. That's a bum.
We lost 3 of our O linemen at the end of the season here. So.
I wouldn't mind trying Morgan at right tackle real quick and see if he can handle it, because I'd rather Zach Tom be the center than Jenkins. I'd rather Jenkins stay at left guard.
No, he's taking.
see, I
Nah, we got Banks now.
Tom at right tackle.
Yeah, we got Banks now.
But Banks is a right guard, not a left guard.
Yeah, but we got fucking Morgan that's going to play right guard.
How, when Banks is going to be there?
Well, you can shift Morgan over to left. If he
I
can,
would-
if he can play
bro.
left tackle, he can play left
So hear
guard.
me out. Because we got Rasheed Walker at the left tackle, I'd rather be Jenkins next to him so he can like mask any fucking problem that Rasheed Walker has. I don't think that Jordan Morgan's going to be able to do that.
Hey, watch. Benson's going to take that left tackle spot. Benson's actually better than people fucking know about. That guy.
I'm not high on Benton.
I think Rasheed Walker's been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, the only knock I have against Rasheed Walker is his penalties. He's a damn good pass blocker.
He gave up fucking 7 sacks like in the season. Like he gives up sacks, and yeah, he gives up penalties too, which is fucking.